Whoever had Gimmick Puppet on their bingo card for this year, well, check it off because we are going to be going over 7 brand new Gimmick Puppet cards. A few of these cards are broken, and honestly, a few of these cards are machine duplication targets, so let's get into it with first Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers. It is a dark, level 4 machine effect monster, 0 attack and 0 defense. You can only use the first effect of the cards with this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can send one Gimmick Puppet monster from your deck to the graveyard with a different level from this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target up to 2 Gimmick Puppet monsters you control, increase their levels by 4 until the end of this turn. Really strong start because being able to raise or lower levels, or just raise level, is very good for the start for all these cards. And being able to foolish any Gimmick Puppet monster you need is very useful for combos during your turn, plus it helps with the brand new support being able to summon them or recycle them. So let's see what else this deck holds, and honestly this is going to be a wild ride. So next up we have a level 8 monster being Gimmick Puppet Kettle Stream. It's a dark level 8 machine effect monster 2000, and you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal, or if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you could detach 1 Exceed material from your field, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. A Gimmick Puppet Exceed monster that has this card as material gains this effect. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to their field in defense position. This helps trigger other cards in the new support, and also it helps getting more material on your field so you can link away for your Gimmick Puppet Link monster, or even going into multiple Exceeds if you need, especially the new ones from this set. And finally, for the last main deck monster, we have a brand new, very powerful extender being Gimmick Puppet Bloody Doll. It is dark 8 machine effect monster, 400 attack, 1400 defense, so you can machine dupe this one as well. You can only use the first and second effects of cards with this card's name once per turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck during the turn you activate this effect, except Gimmick Puppet monsters. If this card is in your hand, you could reveal 1 Gimmick Puppet Exceed monster in your extra deck, special summon both this card and 1 Gimmick Puppet monster from your deck whose level is the same as the revealed monster's rank. If this card is sent to the graveyard except from the hand, you can add this card to your hand. So being able to recycle this constantly is very, very good, just for constant plays for every single turn. So I don't see this being played at more than 2 copies, since it's also searchable by many other cards, and also the new field spell that they have. After that, let's get to the Exceeds. We have Gimmick Puppet Fantasy Machinex. It is a dark, rank 8 Exceed machine effect monster, 1500 attack, 3100 defense. This is Quattro in Exceed form. It takes 2 level 8 monsters, so it's generic, and you can only use the following effects 1 and 2 from this card with this card's name once per turn. You detach 1 material from this card, add a 1 rank up magic spell card from your deck to your hand. Also, you can normal summon 1 machine monster during your main phase, in addition to your normal summon set this turn. You can only gain this effect once per turn. If you special summon a Gimmick Puppet Exceed monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard to your opponent's field in defense position. Then you can add 1 rank up spell from your graveyard and add it to your hand. So overall, this card is very, very powerful, and being able to search out a rank up magic and get an additional normal summon is already off to a great start. Being able to retrieve rank up magics from your graveyard to your hand also helps with recursion, because I know you run Argent Chaos Force and a few others in the deck, so having this as an Exceed is very, very good. After every Exceed, they have their Chaos Exceed. We have Chaos Exceed Gimmick Puppet Fanatics machinex, and it is a dark rank 9 Exceed machine effect monster, 3100 attack and 1500 defense, takes 3 level 9 monsters, but it's fine, you're going to be ranking up into it anyways. You can only use each of the following effects 1, 2, and 3 from cards with this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Puppet Trap card from your deck to your hand. So there's actually a few targets plus a new one that we're going to be covering in a little bit. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1, or you can detach 1 material from this card, special summon 1 monster from either graveyard to your opponent's field in defense position. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can target one of those monsters, destroy it, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the original attack. So you can just give them a Gimmick Puppet Nightmare on your turn so they can't do anything. So realistically, this is a very powerful card, and I can definitely see this being abusable in the future for sure. And now, one of the best cards out of this whole entire support, we have Hell Puppet Mansion. It's a field spell, and you can only activate one copy of this card's name once per turn. You can add one Gimmick Puppet monster from your deck to your hand as part of this card's activation. So it's a Union Hanger type deal where you activate it, you get to search. And that's really good because you get to search for any of your starters. Gimmick Puppet monsters you control cannot be destroyed in battle and are unaffected by activated effects of your opponent's non-Exceed monsters. And once per turn, you can detach a material from your field and target one Gimmick Puppet monster in your graveyard, special summon it in face-up defense position to your opponent's field. So you can give your opponent something to trigger stuff, which I really do like, and being able to use the Exceeds or even some of the other cards to pop it to gain advantage. So overall, very, very nice field spell for Gimmick Puppets, give them more consistency that they need and deserve. And finally, for the aforementioned trap card, we have Puppet Games Servant's Puppet. It's a normal trap card, and you can only use the first and second effects of the cards with this card's name once per turn. You can target a number of monsters your opponent controls up to the number of Gimmick Puppet Exceed monsters you control. Gain control of them until the end phase. If you control a Gimmick Puppet Exceed monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target an Exceed monster in either player's graveyard. Special summon it in either face-up defense position. You cannot activate this card or this effect during the turn it was sent there this turn. A very nice way to OTK your opponent if you already have this set, or if you have it realistically in any position that you can. This is more like a turn 2 OTK type card, being able to have this set, summon out your Gimmick Puppet, wait a turn, comes back to you, activate the effect, take everything, and just swing for game. So becoming more of an OTK deck than it once was. Overall, I want to know what you guys think about these cards, and honestly, I think they're really powerful. Do they push Gimmick Puppets to a meta tier? I don't think so. I think they're going to be more of a rogue deck because they can't really use outside sources for certain summons, which is sometimes fine, but if you don't manage to get yourself locked, you can have a lot of outside sources for sure. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. But anyways, see you all in the next video.